Hello and welcome back. I'm that Jack girl, and today we're going to talk about a gray divorce. What does that look like? And how does that affect our community for married couples age 50, 60, 70, and beyond? What does that look like? Let's talk about it. Did you know that divorce rates among couples over 50 are climbing faster than any other age group? This phenomenon is often called gray divorce, and it's changing the way that we think about relationships in midlife and beyond. In this video, we're going to explore why gray divorce is on the rise, what relationship experts believe is fueling this trend, and what it means for the future of love and marriage. If you're curious about relationships, marriage after 50, or even navigating midlife changes, stay tuned.
I was reading this article and I started talking to Mark about it, and Mark got very defensive. Why are you reading that article? And I said, because I was in an airport for 2 hours and it just popped up on my news feed and I clicked on it. It was interesting to me. So it's the rise of the gray divorce.
Well, you came home from the trip and you're like, I read this amazing article. I go, tell me about it.
I didn't say amazing, I said fascinating.
Fascinating.
Fascinating article. You really have to hear it read to you. The astonishing rise of the gray divorce. And I was like, oh, I want one.
So I know you're thinking, what is gray divorce? So let's define it. The term refers to couples who choose divorce later in life, typically after age 50. For decades, divorce was more common among younger couples. But today, statistics show that while overall divorce rates have declined, the rates for people in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s have actually doubled in the last 20 years. Relationship experts say this shift is reshaping family structures, financial planning, and even retirement goals. Now let's dive into the reasons why. What's causing so many long-term marriages to dissolve later in life? Experts point to several key reasons. Number one, longer life expectancy. People are living longer, healthier lives. A 55-year-old today could live another 30 years. For many, the thought of spending those decades in an unfulfilling marriage feels overwhelming. Number two, empty nest syndrome. When children leave home, many couples realize they've just simply grown apart. Without kids as the central focus, the differences amongst the couples that were once manageable become more visible. Number three, just simply shifting attitudes about marriage. Unlike previous generations, today's midlife adults often value personal happiness and growth over simply staying married for tradition's sake. Divorce is no longer seen as taboo, which makes the choice easier. Number four, financial independence. More women today are financially independent, which means they aren't focused to stay in unhappy marriages simply for survival. Experts say this empowerment is a major factor in gray divorce. Number five, retirement and lifestyle goals. Retirement often reveals mismatched visions of the future. One partner may want to travel and explore, while the other partner prefers stability and routine. These differences can create conflict. And lastly, technology and reconciliation. Social media. Social media and online communities make it easier to reconnect with old friends or even past lovers. For some, this opens the door to exploring life outside of the marriage. Now, I just wanted to read an article that I found that kind of gives you more information about what financial advisors are dealing with, how they need to refocus their planning when it comes down to a divorce for an older couple that's experiencing gray divorce. So, as divorces among people aged 65 and older become more common, financial advisors will increasingly find themselves helping soon to be unmarried clients rethink their retirement plans while navigating implications for their assets, real estate, taxes, and insurance. But there are also plenty of moving parts to such divorces that advisors will want to steer clear of. A 2022 study found that 36% of divorces were among people 50 and older, and those 65 and older were the only age group experiencing an increasing divorce rate. Examining the impact of that increase, a life insurance study found that 40% of married Americans who went through a divorce said it derailed their financial retirement strategy, while 37% of Gen Xers said they worry about not having a financial plan in the event of a divorce. The study, conducted in early 2025, queried 1,000 respondents nationally, aged 25 and older.
Have you gone through a divorce recently and now you're managing a whole household on just your one budget? It takes some adjusting, that's for sure. You're trying to get control of your money. Follow me, I'd love to give you some tips on how I did it. One of the first things I did as a newly, again, single person, I had a teenager in the house, my one and only daughter. And when I was trying to get control of my money, I cut the cable off. I think she called me the devil incarnate, but I did that. I cut the cable off, and it was saving me about $100 a month that I could spend on groceries or something that we actually just had to have. Sometimes it takes really hard decisions like that to turn your financial situation around. I'm not saying to cut your cable off. Maybe you've got plenty of excess money to have cable, but when I was newly divorced, I didn't have it.
Now we can all just imagine, gray divorce or not, there's the emotional and financial impact of a divorce. Of course, gray divorce, though, comes with its own set of challenges. Relationship counselors stress that divorcing later in life can be emotionally complex. Couples may struggle with grief, loneliness, and even sometimes guilt. Financially, gray divorce can be especially difficult. Oftentimes, assets that were meant in retirement to support one household, now they have to support two households. Retirement funds, pensions, and property often become points of conflict. That's why experts recommend seeking professional guidance, both emotionally through therapy and financially through planning.
People talk about empty nest, but I like to also talk about empty marriage. That if you get to that point where the kids are going off and you have neglected your marriage for 20, 30 plus years, or focused exclusively on the children, suddenly you're looking across the table at someone and saying, I'm not even sure how I feel about you. I don't even know you. So putting a lot of energy and intentional investment into the marriage along the way is what's important, because the real cause of divorce, people talk about financial differences, infidelity, growing apart. Certainly that's true, but all roads lead back to emotional disconnection. So you have to make your relationship a priority throughout its lifespan.
So, what can couples do if they want to avoid becoming a part of this growing statistic? Relationship experts suggest 4 things. Communication. Prioritize communication. Don't wait until the kids leave home. Communicate regularly about your goals. Plan your retirement together. Align your lifestyle vision before retirement. Do you both want to travel? Do you both want to downsize or relocate? Communicate to one another what your goals are. Invest in your relationship. Keep dating each other. Shared activities, new hobbies, and quality time can reignite connections. Seek professional support. Counseling just isn't for couples in crisis. It can strengthen healthy marriages too. Don't forget that. Now, in the end, gray divorce is a reflection of how relationships are evolving in today's world. Longer lives, greater independence, and changing cultural values mean that marriage after 50 looks very different than it did from previous generations. Now, if you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and share this with someone who you think may benefit from understanding this growing trend, the gray divorce. And now I'd love to hear from you. Do you think gray divorce is a sign of personal freedom or a breakdown of long-term commitment? Share your thoughts in the comments. So thank you again, as always. Thank you for watching until the end. Until the next video. Bye-bye.